Hi, everybody, and welcome back. My name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Today's tip: find an affordable hobby. We all need something to entertain ourselves. Hobbies are a really important part of life. Um, and hobbies can vary in expense. However, some it's okay because you're also going to recoup that. So, excuse me, one of my hobbies is woodworking. Super expensive. However, I do sell some of my stuff, which helps me recoup some stuff. And it also saves me money. So I built like $1,000. They retail for around $1,000 to $1,200 for my A-frame style firewood holder. And it's really pretty. And I spent maybe $75 to $100 on it. I don't remember. It was like really cheap. So I also saved like $900. And even if I'd wanted something simple, like, oh my gosh, like these kits are ridiculous. So I was at Home Depot the other day, and it was like this cheap little, like, crappy wood frame thing you build, and you can stick two buckets in it, like my bucket planners. 75 stinking dollars. $75 for what, maybe a few screws and $10 to $20 worth of wood tops. Like, probably less than that. Um so no. And I see these like raised garden bed things and stuff, and again, like, I could build it for $10 to $15 and they want 50 to 75, sometimes 100, and I'm like, wow. So yes, woodworking is an expensive hobby per se, because wood in and of itself is expensive. However, I also am making use of it, so I can kind of like justify that expense. Gardening is also kind of an expensive hobby, but you also then are providing yourself with food, so then you're also cutting your grocery bill. So, yeah, like if I were to buy an apple tree, I think the apple trees were like 20 or $30. I was kind of shocked that they were so cheap. Um, but they didn't have Cosmic Crisp. I probably would have settled for Honey Crisp. I would have done, what is it, like Sunrise Magic too, but they only had like Gala and Fuji and Jana Golds. Um, so yeah, $20 to plant a tree, kind of expensive. I mean, like, I guess, but it's gonna provide you apples for how many years? Like, I think they produce for 20-ish years. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna end up with, making your money back. Um, but then some hobbies are really expensive, like building models. And I'm not criticizing somebody who builds models if that's your thing, but like that's really an expensive hobby. So my recommendation is, when you are thinking about hobbies or when you become intrigued by a new hobby, look at what the expense is. Look at what the startup cost is. Look at what uh, what it'll yield and if it'll be worth it. Like knitting, crocheting, those can be super expensive hobbies, but you could also make yourself clothes. So, you know, it could even out. Um, so kind of like do a cost analysis when you're going to take on a new hobby. And remember, there's lots of hobbies that are free. I love to hike, and that's free. I love to read. I can get books from the library, and that's free. So kind of like think about your hobbies. Make sure you have some like free ones thrown in there. But, you know, when you're thinking about trying a new hobby, kind of look and see, like, is it an expensive startup? I mean, are we going to be, are you going to be spending a few $100s for something and then find out you hate it? So, today's tip for frugal living: find affordable hobbies. Whether it be that even though the hobby's kind of expensive, you end up saving money in another area. Or like, gardening is expensive, but you've grown your own food, so you've saved money on the grocery bill. Or whether it's just something that is generally an affordable hobby, or whether it's something that's free, like hiking or reading. But try and find some affordable hobbies and keep yourself entertained on a budget. Anyways, again, my name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.